Hello everyone, this is Zeph from here. I'm gonna bring you 5 more Gravekeepers replays. I'm 10 and 0, well, 10 and 1 technically. I lost pieces because of a glitch. Ambusher is completely glitched out, and I'm not using it in this build. I'm also not running Royal Tribute. I don't know if I've pointed that out. I feel this build has too many monsters. Royal Tribute is nice when it goes off, but I feel it can just be dead. Anyways, here I'm playing against a weird Chaos Dragon build. So glad I opened Necro Valley. I'm also glad he didn't draw. But this is the extent of his play. I don't solemn the red eyes because I don't want. I mean, there's no reason to. I'm not afraid of red eyes. You have to be smart with your solemn in this format. But I've been playing around more with Gravekeepers. I'm really loving the deck. It is great. He also has Mythic Water Dragon, like Mythic Chaos Dragons or something. He attacks the Recruiter, so I can grab Commandant and get another Necro Valley, which will put me in an amazing spot. Because Chaos, when you get Necro Valley out, Chaos is kinda can't do much. He top decks another Mythical Water Dragon. Here I don't solemn the red eyes. I wait for him to exceed and get that out of here. Heliopolis sort of killed me. I couldn't use Tomb because I didn't have a face up. Gravekeeper's monster. And at this point in the duel I basically seal it. Having Shrine. So I'll basically stop all of his plays. I should have played this first. I don't know why I didn't. In case he had Gores or something. No, because I had the Tomb. That's right. But still, I don't know what I was thinking. And then he draws Wood Dragon a little late. Next up, we're facing the weird Djinn. Some kind of ritual. Garlandolf, King of Destruction. I'll say now, he doesn't pull anything off. He just sits there the entire duel. Well, like I said, I'm gonna be showing 10 straight duels, besides that one glitch one. It was just glitched all. There's no way. Sword Kana. No. Here I'm just kind of slow rolling. He's got sword, so there's no reason to go for the offensive. Man, he's got a dead hand and a half. How many rituals is he playing? I top decked the Tomb, so I decided to flip Spy. Then I sensed that. I figured getting Shaman out will protect my Necro Valley so I can safely play Shrine. I don't have the safe zone, but I have the Tomb. I hardly exceed with this deck though. Unless, like, next game is a long game, I exceed in that one. But very rarely. And here's you're drawing all the dead ritual cards. Not that I was afraid having these two cards. Spot, yeah, I pull a Descendant out of the deck. I make some questionable plays to an extent, such as that one. I don't know what my thought process was, in all honesty. This duel was last night. The next 3 are from today, so. Also, I should say, at the time of recording, this ambusher is broken. I can't say anything for after this point, of course. Alright, here we have this is a pretty good game. We both made some big misplays, but I'm facing off against Hunders. So I kind of slow roll, don't want to lure because I have a pretty good hand. So I just sit the Spy and I'm like, alright, let's go. So he plays the Duality here. I believe he grabs AAA. Yeah. And he just sets 4 ends. So right now I'm thinking that these are all like special destructive counter traps, and my mistake here is not using Descendant. I got greedy. I got really greedy for some damage. Also, if he really wanted to kill it, he could have Mirror Forced again, but killing Descendant is that important when you're wiping the rest of the field. But I'll admit I got greedy there for damage. That's probably why this game was so hard. Just because a single play. But he goes for Paladynamo and uses the effect for some reason. He could have gone for anything else but Dynamo, or just not use the effect. That's his... I'd say that's a big play on his part. Had he gone for something like Utopia or Maestroke, I could have been in a worse position. And then he top decks batteries, giving him another free Exceed. Well, not Exceed, free. Essentially, 100 Exceeds are neg 1, and he has that to pop my Tomb as well. The thing is, I don't draw Necro Valley in this duel until very late. He decides to let Disciple sit there, which isn't a terrible play unless he has to have a way to kill it, which he doesn't. Again, I'm just slow rolling, hoping to get a Descendant. Which I wanted to go Descendant because I wanted to start popping. He does that for some reason or another. Don't ask me. His misplays to Paladynamos. He bottomless his Descendant, which is a smart play. I didn't have the safe zone, as I just drew it that turn. Sadly, he top decks Double Paw. He decides against the attacking Disciple. I guess he realized it works in the grave and not out of the grave. So I go ahead and grab Descendant Recruiter. I feel like I'm not going to get this off, so I just pop. And this is the first duel where I summon an Exceed, being Key Beetle. I didn't feel safe summoning Shaman. But then he top decks the Prism. I don't warning here, I should have, but I'm not afraid. I could have solemned the Stardust, but then he just would put Prism on one of these two, so it didn't matter in the end. So I just safe zone Key Beetle lock him. I top another safe zone, which isn't the greatest thing, but I decided to protect it in case I decided to summon a Shaman or something. This was a very rough duel. And then he top decks the Thunder King. This, I should have solemned that Maw Hunter. But, I mean, I didn't know he was going to play Thunder King. So that leaves me in a bad spot. A very bad spot. Then he can't read Safe Zone. I didn't solemn there because the only thing he could destroy was Solemn. So there was no reason to use it. But he tries to get rid of the Safe Zone. And then he top decks like a freaking god and gets Seahorse. I didn't want to solemn the Sis Hunter because I knew he was holding another one. Simple logic for me. Like I said, I make so many misplays in this duel, but so does he. He Seahorses again for triple A's. He figures he doesn't need Seahorse anymore and goes for the Maw Hunter. Very interesting Hunter deck. I mean, not very interesting, but interesting plays. I'm still questioning the Star Leashes. Here he grabs Dark Hole, which is actually a very good thing on his part to do. It's like he's seeing ahead, and he can't keep Beetle. I don't know what he doesn't understand about Safe Zone. But yeah, I finally top decked the Commandant for the Necro Valley, and then I get to send it out. But instead of popping, I make Shark Knight, take Stardust, and go on out. At this point, I've pretty much turned the duel around. But he decided to deep on Shark Knight instead of Shaman. I don't care or know why. And because of Shaman, Star Leash is negated. That's what I was aiming for from the start. And at this point, I safe zone the Shaman, and he just quits, even though I can't attack. It was a good game, but he had plays. Round 4. Or 9. Playing in some kind of... It looks like a Piper deck. Sadly for him, he draws Double Thorns. I summon the Disciple because I have Tomb. But he just opens all the level 1s in the game. He doesn't go first throwing Thorns because he's holding 2. He goes for Vader. I don't care about Vader. In my mind, when I saw that, I thought he was playing Monarch, so I figured I'd either Solemn or Tomb it. Sadly for him, I drew double Tomb. I let this go off so we can get his Thorn. And I Solemn the Magician. That's the second time I've Solemned the Slacker Magician. It feels so good. Next I draw the guard. He doesn't drop Fader here. I guess he doesn't want to go for a Formula or another Slacker, which is fine. Then he draws Ghost Trick Lantern. I'm not sure why he plays this if he has Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrow. Maybe he's playing Ghost Tricks. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's playing Piper Chaos. I tomb the Battle Fader because I want it to die. Here he has the Lantern. Only one tomb per turn, so I couldn't stop it. And I go for Cowboy to try and force him to end it, but he sadly does have the Veiler. Which is kind of bad for me, but it's fine in the end. He top decks Kinkabee, which is dead under Necro Valley. And he goes for another Slacker Magician. I Rite of Spirit Descendant, because I know I have a tomb set. Had he known about the tomb, he would have Veiler Descendant. But since he didn't, I could go off with Tomb and win. Tomb is an amazing card. It wins games, just like War Chariot, but it's not. It's like War Chariot, but isn't. This one's against heroes. More of a, I mean, heroes is an alias, and I assume Bubble Man. He doesn't open terribly, considering he's got the duality. And that kind of hand, all he needs is another monster in his hand set. He knows I'm playing Gravekeeper, so he doesn't attack the set monster. I was thinking about not setting Tomb, just letting him attack, but I decided against it just in case next turn. I don't play the Necro Valley because there's no need at this point, and he gets Blade Armor Ninja. I assume he thought my face down was a spy. So I grab Commandant, just in case he has an MST, and I said Shaman. I know he has the bottomless, so I have to play around it at this point. Which without one of my 3 lances, it's hard to do. So I decided to use Descendant to lure it out. Now with Shaman's effect and Necro Valley, it'll be strong enough to take a hit from Ninja. He doesn't attack it because he realizes that, I suppose. So I set the guard. At this point, he can't Miracle Fusion. So, that over half his hand's dead, because Necro Valley is so amazing. And because the guard's face up, I can now play Shrine. Flip to Shaman because I drew the Lance. Lance is an amazing card. It's always been. Steel, I get back these 2. I was thinking, I was thinking about using that before to fake him out, set the Recruiter, make him think I had a Recruiter set. But in the end, he attacked anyway, so it doesn't matter. At this point, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got Deep Prison and Solemn, but his hand's dead, and Super Poly's not going to do anything. I mean, he could do a little something if he could draw a monster. And he top decks Massive Change. Heroes aren't great anymore without Stratos. He decides to Solemn the Recruiter. I don't know why. I guess because he didn't want me getting the effect later. But I'm left without a level 4, so I can't Cowboy for game. Now I just have to hope he doesn't do anything. He gets the Duality, which he uses to go into an E emergency call. Card is useless, he's at 600. So he knows he has to make a push with Alias. Even though Shaman can run over it, but I don't. Why didn't he keep a card in hand for Super Poly? Had he done that, I might have had a little more issue. But Assailant's a good card. Anyways, that's his game. I might show a little more Gravekeepers, I don't know. I'm still deciding. But that's all for now. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye-bye.